Alright, so it's time for you to start writing some arrays on your own. In this problem set, I have a few challenges that cover arrays, array methods, and array iteration. I'm going to introduce all the problems in this video first, and then in the next video, I'll go over the solutions. As always, the point here is that you attempt these on your own. For these, you are going to be writing code. I would do them in one giant file, but it's up to you how you actually structure that. The first one is print reverse. So print reverse is a function that you'll need to write that takes a single argument, and that argument is assumed to be an array. And all that the function needs to do is print that array one line at a time in reverse order. So you can see print reverse of the array ABC prints out CBA. So your hint here, you'll need to use a loop. You can see here in the examples, is uniform when we pass in an array of all ones returns true. But when we pass in an array that has a single 2 in it, things are no longer identical, so we return false. Same thing here, this array is 3 letter B's, so those are identical or uniform, so we return true. In this case, they're not the same letter, so it returns false. Your hint here is that you'll want to use a loop, and more importantly, you want to have a variable that just keeps track of the very first item in the index. And then you'll compare that in the loop to the next item. And then if they're equal, you compare to the next one and to the next one. And if at any point they're not equal, then you're just done, return false. Next up is SumArray. SumArray is a function that should take an array, and it's going to be assumed that the array is full of numbers. All you need to do is add the numbers up and return the sum. You can see here, SumArray of 1, 2, 3 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, which returns 6. Your hint here is that you'll need to use a loop. In pretty much all of these you need a loop. And also, you'll want to have a variable called result or answer or sum where you're going to store the answer and constantly add into it each time through the loop. The last problem in this set is max. So max is a function that should also accept an array, and you can assume the array is all numbers. And all that it needs to do is return the maximum number in that array. So as you can see here, when we give it 1, 2, and 3 in a single array, we get 3 returned because that's the maximum of that array. Likewise, when we do it here, 10, 3, 10, and 4, we return 10 because it's a maximum in that array. So the hint, again, you'll need to use a loop, and you'll need to use a variable that's going to be storing your maximum number. And every time through the loop, you'll need to update that variable if the current number in the loop is greater than the old maximum. Alright, so that's it for this problem set. I strongly encourage that you take the time to do these. They're designed in a very particular way. They're going to help you a lot if you just stop and spend half an hour or an hour attempting these problems. In the next video, I'm going to go over the solutions as always, starting from scratch.